Yeah, we're live. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Big Six Bants. Today is the first Arsenal show. I know you've all been waiting for it. Problem is, it's come at a great time for us, and everyone wasn't ready for that. They were ready for our downfall, ready for everyone to come on here upset, angry. But it's not that. It's nothing but great over here. So, yeah, today I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves. Okay, obviously, my right hand. Let's go.
Come on, Kiz, BSB, Arsenal fan to the death. You don't know already.
Oh snap! I was talking you too, guys. You know what? I'm just so happy, bro. I was in my own world there, yeah. But listen, it's Unity, man. We're here, we're live, we're happy. Everyone's feeling good, and listen, let's move, man. Let's move.
I feel like everyone should know who I am by now. It's a shame that my short king Monts isn't here. I'm only ever here on the Big Six when Monts is here to banter. Hopefully he's watching. I called him out on a show when I decided to watch and comment, and I thought that's the last time I come comment on one of the shows. Came and sent for me. So he better be watching.
Yeah, you will be. You will be.
You will be. Trust me.
Yo, everyone. Yeah, I don't know if you know me. You might do. AFC Monty, just chat shit, get banged. You know what I mean? Can't wait for this season. Let's have it. Life is good. And if you're crying, inject it. So let's have it.
Making the debut as well. Nice to have you on here, Monty. Nice to have you. But obviously,
cheers, man.
No, come on, man. But obviously, look, today we're gonna obviously start off by talking about exactly how our game went. Now, I'll start off by saying nothing but greatness. Obviously, we had a few mistakes. They happen in games, but you know what? It's how you bounce back. And I think we all know who we're talking about. He bounced back and was steady from there on it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about the game. I feel like we played very well. We've got good couple fixtures coming up. I'm feeling very confident. How about you?
Yeah, literally, like we played well, man. Like it's been a good start to the season. We done what I expected that we were gonna do. I think Leicester, it's always a difficult game. They're in the mud recently, but it's always going to be a tough game. They've got good players like Maddison, Vardy, etc., etc. It's always going to be a difficult game. But yeah, we played well, man. It looks like the players are properly like connected with Mikel. Like they know exactly what they need to do and what they want to do, and it's looking proper, man. I'm excited. I can't lie. I'm excited.
I hear you, man. I hear you, bro. It's crazy.
It's proper.
You know what? The doc as well. I think the doc helped a lot with
definitely.
Because you kind of get to understand a bit more.
Yeah. I ain't even watched the last two, but I know there's heartache there, man. I know it's heartache. I saw the clip of Lacazette, man, and I'm just like, thank God this damn weasel's gone, bro.
Him fighting with Cedric.
Yeah, I saw some clip of him fighting when he was trying to bully up that youngster Jeff.
Henry Francis.
Yeah, man. I was like, I'm so glad this guy is gone, man. Like, you know what was funny in the doc? I think it was in episode 5 when the assistant manager was like, "Oh, I want to see more movement from you. The next game, no movement, bruv." Yeah. I'm like, man took him in the whole room by himself. Did all this chat that, This guy's a joker, man. This guy's a joker, bro.
I think they slightly done that to show people up as well, because it's mad how, like, for me, so far in the doc, I've just seen sad face Pepe. Like Pepe's just looks sad throughout the whole.
Yeah. He's showing no emotion. He's got nothing.
He's got nothing. And then Auba, the way they showed up, Auba, Lacazette, like I feel like they're showing up these players for a reason. I don't know. Maybe it might just be. What do you think? Like,
it's true.
I think there were just a lot of doubts answered. You know, like I feel like because last season a lot of people are like, Arteta's out of his depth and all of this, and he was taking a lot of stick. Like he constantly said, "It's not the players. It's not the players. It's me. It's all this kind of stuff." And everyone's berating him. And now we're actually seeing behind the scenes, and we can clearly see that there were just a few people in that squad that were just disrupting the whole team. So I think now that those weeds have been taken out and we're already seeing it at the start of the season, with the two great games. And like you said, Casey, as well, with that Leicester game, the only reason we conceded was, in my opinion, was two mistakes. I mean, Saliba was a mistake, but he had to go for it. And what I really liked about it, and this would have never have happened years ago, is the whole stadium got behind it. Like, I was there in the stands and everyone was just clapping him and like just bringing him up. And then we scored 101 seconds later. And then the second goal with Maddison, it was well worked by them, but Ramsdale should have saved it. It went through his leg. He should have saved it. That's a mistake. That's an L for him. It's an L for him. Like, we should have done better. And like, if we keep playing like that, all I'm waiting for now, I don't care about Bournemouth. I don't care about Villa. I don't care about like Aston Villa. I don't care about Everton. I don't care. I'm waiting for the Liverpool, Spurs, and City. I'm waiting for October, because that's the test. That's where we can see now, are we a serious club? Do you know what I mean? Because like, if we get slapped 4-0 against City, well, we ain't ready. We're not there yet. If we give them a solid game, like a 1-1 draw or something like that at the Emirates, or even beat them, then we're serious. I don't really care about beating them at the Etihad or Anfield, because I think that's just a bit of a big jump. But I want to beat them at the Emirates. I want 100%.
So I was wondering what everyone else thinks. Do you not think that Arteta is a bit of a better manager that he's shown with the results? And do you feel like he's a better manager with better players? Because I really do think that when you've got crap players, it's so difficult to do what you're wanting to do. And I know that I'm going to probably sound like I'm contradicting myself, because I've been kind of not as high up on Ten Hag. But I really do think that Arteta is a manager who needs to work with top level players, and that's where he comes into his own, into his element. He's not like a Klopp where I don't feel like he can really galvanize those basic players, or those players that are average. And it's not like slander someone like Henderson, for example. He's not rubbish, of course not, but he's not at the level of Thiago, let's say, for example. 100%. But he makes it work for Liverpool. Do you know what I mean?
I would argue. Sorry, no, I think I would agree in some sense. Like, obviously, if you have great players, it's a lot easier to work with them. But what I actually think with Arteta, especially, is that he's like, look at what we did with Tomiyasu. He wasn't a star player, do you know what I mean? But but the profile ID, he looked for specific profiles that would apply themselves to the game plan, and just like any manager would. And he's got them, and now he's doing a lot better. And now I think pretty much every single Michelin transfers out the club now. So there's none of them left. And he's got his own squad. He's got his own squad now. And I think, like, if Arteta, say, was to go to Man United, I genuinely think he would have a better season, because he wouldn't take no shit. I don't think he would take shit. He showed it with Aubameyang. He dropped him on a North London derby. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was a captain, dropped him. Like, he takes risks. And like, you could look at Eric Ten Hag, like, it's too early, to be honest. I think it's a bit early to say he's out of his depth and whatever, because like, at the end of the day, he was given absolute dross as a squad, with who think they're bigger than the club. They're just looking at their commercial image rather than actually caring about the football club that they play for, which is kind of sad to see a little bit, because like, obviously, you don't like it's to see like a giant fall like that is just like mad, especially when you think back in the days it was Arsenal, Man United competing for trophies, and then man can't even like beat Brentford. Like, it's just mental. But honestly, I think Arteta is a great coach, but I think as the manager, he's developing it. He's learning on the job, I think, and he's taken some risks, and well, they paid off, kind of. But we're gonna have to judge him. This is the season. This is the season for him to make that next step. So it's all about how it all plans out, really, isn't it?
All right. One second. Let's pick up some people in the comments. I can see obviously Roms. It's not even letting me pull them up. I don't know what's going on. But I can obviously see Roms in there saying big up the panel.
Big up Roms, man. That was bad luck for them, man. Made them not get the 3 points, you know. Roms, bro, what are you doing, bro? Stay away from that ground, bro.
Hey, listen, Roms has got the bad judge, but listen, we ain't got none of that over here. We're riding the happy train right now. You know, obviously, Colleen, they're asking what club you support. I thought it was clear.
It could be clear. It could be because I wore a Tottenham shirt. Who knows?
She supports Club Xhaka, man. Club Xhaka.
They're still bringing that one up. There's
no rest. There's no rest for the wicked. I swear to God. Yes, I'm Club Xhaka and I'm Club Cedric. Proudly, I'm listening to their fan clubs.
See his free kick yesterday, though.
Naughty.
I'm definitely Club Xhaka.
Naughty.
I still got my questions for Cedric, and we're gonna touch on that soon. But yeah, definitely Team Xhaka. Forget Team Cedric. I'm not too sure about that.
Listen, the people will see eventually. You guys will be seeing.
I think what he brings to the squad in the back room is great though, Cedric. Even if he doesn't start, I think what he does for the squad and the Brazilian players is mental. Like he's like a father figure in there. So I think to keep him in there, you've got. It's a bit like Mo El-Neni, and like we've seen it a little bit in the doc. He's a bit of a shithouse. Like, do you know what I mean? Like he's just a bit of a comedian. And the same with like Aaron Ramsdale. Like these are the players you need because they make people happy around them. And if you're happy, you're playing well. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like if you're winning, you're happy, and if you're happy, you play well.
Do you know what's funny as well in that documentary? I saw too many times. I was seeing Holding. I'm like, why is this guy getting bare airtime, bro? Like, what's going on? Some basic guy, no personality. Man just got a new hairdo, and he thinks he's that guy. Like, relax, brother.
Listen, he just wants a bit of camera time, I guess. I mean, it's not getting game time. Might as well get some camera time.
I reckon Rob Holding's another type of leader figure, but just not on the pitch. I feel like vocally, maybe to these lot.
Rob Holding's a leader.
Or professionally.
Big problems, bro.
Well, look what he did with Matt Turner when he came in on the tour. Do you know what I mean? He came on a bus and he was like, sit here, sit here. He was like driving him to and from training because he didn't even have moved in properly yet. Do you know what I mean? He didn't even have a house. I don't think he even had a house. He was staying in a hotel, wasn't it? He was staying in a hotel. That's what I mean. I think Rob Holding, as a player, I think he knows he's not going to start and he's happy to do that because he loves the club. I think he just loves the club and he loves the players that he plays with. So he's just sort of there as a squad player. He knows his role, has accepted his role. So what his job is basically to keep everyone happy and a bit bubbly. And like we've got a lot of personalities. Like I remember, I think one of the biggest personalities that come in actually Ramsdale. And I remember seeing him, I think it was like I can't remember, a couple of months ago when he did that reveal thing with England with Mason Mount, and you can see even a banter that he was having with a rival player, like he just doesn't care, like he's just a funny guy, and you need those players because they make things, they take the pressure off games, you know what I mean? They make it a little bit more lighthearted. So yeah, I think Rob Holding, although he's not going to start and be a crucial player for us, I think what he brings to the locker room is probably more than you actually think. Personally.
Definitely. I think that's why so many people at the club also respect him. You know. But wait, Colleen, have you seen the docs?
I've not seen the last two.
So you haven't seen this fight?
I mean, I feel like that clips everywhere. I've seen the whole clip and then what Lacazette says afterwards.
So what do you think of that? Like in terms of like the whole scenario, from obviously him tackling, them man arguing.
I mean, I don't think anything of it. I mean, of course, you can read more into it around, Lacazette getting a bit aggy because like a youngster's, got the better of him in training. But it's football, like it's not that deep.
It happens.
Yeah, if everyone's all happy, la-di-da, do they really care? I don't know. It's just one of those things in the heat of the moment. I don't think it's that deep. With that being said, I think the documentary needed it because everyone was just getting along too happy. Like if you watch the other ones, even the Juventus one, Tottenham, there was a bit more friction in it. Whereas our friction comes from Arteta shouting when we've lost a game.
Yeah, he was the angriest out of everyone, really.
So I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's like it's not even here anymore. So
Lacazette is done out here.
He was killing me,
mate. He was killing me as well, bro. And do you know what the worst thing is, right? And you can clip me up, you can say whatever. Yeah, from time ago, I always rated Eddie Nketiah, and I used to get absolutely grilled.
I still don't rate him.
You don't rate him? Oh my day. Okay, I watched that kid when he came from Chelsea, and he I think it was a game against Southampton in the under 18s, and he literally bagged a hat trick. And I was like, okay. So I carried on watching it, and then he broke all of our youth records, and I was like, okay. And then literally, I watched the way that he moves. Yeah, he's a freak. I swear down, like the way he finds space is not funny. It's not funny. Like the only thing is he needs someone who can actually pass it to him. But I said all the last season, I was like, Eddie Nketiah will take us like not to the next level, but he's better than that. Like the fact that Jesus is like our main striker. If you sub on Eddie Nketiah, you get the same effort, the same hustle, the same pressure, and you don't lose that much quality. He's not Jesus where he can.
Wait, I don't know about that much
No, but like you don't lose that much.
Listen,
He's not gonna do the Leicester first goal where he's gonna whip it round on a mad one.
Agreeing.
That's the type of quality I'm talking about. But
he will still bag.
Monty, I'm agreeing with you, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I do hear it.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's gonna convert a lot of man.
I agree with the effort, the work rate, the movement, potential.
McTominay, the effort, the work rate.
Come on the ball. You've seen what
No. We're not gonna do that. No quality, like he's got no quality.
I'm not saying he has no quality. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is, if Jesus is here and Nketiah is like here on quality, if we're honest.
Yeah, I'm talking about with Lacazette. I thought you were talking about Lacazette.
Oh no, we're talking about Nketiah, bro.
No, I was talking.
No. I don't agree with that. Then I thought you said Lacazette. That's why I was like, oh yeah, no.
Nah, I didn't think it was better than Lacazette, bro.
I think Eddie's better than Lacazette.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah,
I think Eddie's better.
Yeah, 100%. But that's what I'm saying. Jesus is like
Nketiah
is like there, bro. He's not.
No.
Just watch this guy. Watch this guy when he gets his starts in like Europa League, and like, bro, just watch him. I'm not saying he's like the same as Jesus, like he's not, because Jesus is just a better player. Everyone knows that. But like, it's the gap is. Trust me, I've seen this kid for years. This guy is a fucking poacher. Like he gets the way he gets open. It's alien.
He's one of the best in the league, I think, personally, at it. Poaching.
Yeah,
just
but it's the movement. Honestly, do you know what? And like, it reminds me, the way he moves in the box reminds me of a young Ronaldo. The way that he used to shift. Watch him shift. If you watch him with the ball, he will go like onto the left centre back, shift to the right, back onto it, and then zig behind him, and then literally they both get crossed, and he will just split them. Honestly, watch him off the ball. It is mental. It's mental.
All right, well, some of the comments are agreeing, to be honest. People are saying he will improve working under Jesus, which I think he will.
100%.
He must have known after signing the contract he wasn't going to start. He knew he was the striker.
But he even said he's open for the competition. That's what I liked. The thing I liked about him, when he signed it, he said, whoever comes in, like, I'm ready for him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't scared like to challenge, and like, just keep trucking along, mate. He's gonna ball out, bro.
I'm glad I have literally zero.
No,
Zero faith.
I listen, at the end of last season, I was like, I wanted 2 new strikers in. That was my wish.
Same.
I mean, if he's happy to sit on the bench and have Europa League starts, then I've got a problem with him here. Him taking the number 14 shirt, I just knew that I had to end my agenda, because I was like, well, he's going to be here for the foreseeable. I'm not going to, hate on him to and be disrespectful. I'm just not seeing what you guys are seeing right now. I'm just not seeing it.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Hopefully it can come, because we do need him if we're going to be real. If Jesus gets injured, God forbid, he has to step up. He has to.
You know, I'd like if he gets injured. You know what I think would happen? I think you'd see Emil Smith-Rowe as a false 9, as the backup to Nketiah. No, but that's what I just think would happen.
They trained it quite a lot.
Or Martinelli as well, to be fair, as more.
True.
Not Martinelli, man. Please,
not
Martinelli, bro.
Yeah, I think Martinelli's not ready yet to be the centre forward. I think just give him a year or 2.
Yeah, no, he's not ready. He's definitely not ready yet.
You know what they say? They say you hone your craft on the wing. Like he needs to get a little bit. Well, I mean, he's already good at the 1-on-1s, but now it's just the sort of the finishing. But I think this season we might see a turn of it. I actually think Martinelli will outscore in terms of GA Saka this year.
I agree.
Yeah, I do, mate. That's why I got him on my fantasy, bro. 6 mil. Yeah. Absolutely, I'm scrapping you up, bro. You're gonna get more points.
I got Martinelli in my team as well, bro. I got Martinelli in my team.
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually glad you mentioned that, Monty, because now I feel like I'm gonna go into player ratings for that Leicester game. Because me personally, I don't think Saka had that well of a game.
Ghosted.
But yeah, we'll go through it. So we'll start off with Ramsdale in goal. Case, we'll start off with you, and then we'll go around that way.
So, Ramsdale in goal. You have to say that I've seen it too many times. If I'm honest, I'm you know, you have to start having the goggles on, only because I've seen this like 3-4 times now. This near post issue is becoming an issue, and it didn't cost us this game, but it will definitely cost us in a bigger game. So for me, that reason he gets a 6, because besides that, I feel like he was all right. His distribution was good. Everything else was all right. But that was another mistake, and it's becoming a common thing, the near post. You always get worried when someone's coming at the near post and you're thinking, is he going to save it, or are we going to have to say, come on, you know?
Yeah.
So, I'll give him a 6.
I'll go with, I'll say a 6 as well. I don't think he had a bad game. It was literally just that mistake for me. And you could, obviously, the Vardy one was just a dive, the penalty incident, but it was a little bit, clumsy on his behalf. Just a tiny bit, I feel like. So, yeah, but I'll give him a 6. It wasn't awful.
You know what? I feel like people are being a bit harsh, and I tell you why. I'm going to go for 7.5, and I'll tell you the reason why. The penalty incident, it was rash, but it wasn't a penalty. Why we keep talking about it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it wasn't a penalty. That's facts. We have to think in the first 5 minutes when Xhaka did what he did and almost let, obviously, Fofana walk through and do what he did. I mean, he saved. That was a great save. That was an absolutely fantastic save. If that was Leno, if that was Alisson, if that was anyone else, Edison, then people would be raving about that. So for me, I think that was another reason why he gets a 7.5. And I think on top of that, his kicking was absolutely superb. That assist, it would have been almost an assist that he got for Jesus. Outrageous people skill. Some of the passing to the wings that he did on Martinelli and Saka. Like, I feel like, yes, he made an absolute clanger with that mistake with Maddison. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna like kill him for it. Like he made a mistake. Fine. With the Ramsey one, it was a kind of a mix of communication. You can blame it on. Whoa. Oh, people.
They're there all the time. They're there all the time.
They're killing me.
I can't.
That's mad still, but like it doesn't matter. Anyway, but you can basically. I feel like 7.5 is more than worthy for what the performance he put in. I think it's more than worthy.
Fair enough. Colleen?
I'm being harsher.
Colleen's a savage, man.
Listen, I like Ramsey. I've got a dossier on him. I'm giving him a 5.
5. Oh my!
Listen, it's only because it's tough. It's a tough love rating. I like him, but I'm sick to death of like. It feels like he's picking up from where he was at the back end of last season. The thing is, I'm not disputing that he didn't have he had great distribution and he did have a few good saves. But all it takes is one time to lose concentration with him. And if it was another game, we might not have been so lucky. Now, I do hear also, I do think Zinchenko, Gabriel, I think the whole defensive play in that whole leading up to the goal, Maddison's goal was a bit lethargic, to be honest with you. However, it's a tough love 5 because I'm sick of every other game being like, Ramsdale, concentrate. It's for the full 90, not 60 minutes. So I love him, but it's tough. Aaron, if you're listening, it's a bit of tough love. Take that 5 and double it, please.
Okay, when we get to a certain player, I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Right, cool.
Nah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna have to go with a 6. I think, although yes, he saved the Fofana shot, which was like it could have changed the game, but there are those moments, and like, okay, Leicester at the Emirates, they're not really going to punish you as much. If we do that against Liverpool City, boy, that's in the back of the net. Like, that's in the back of the net. You're 1-0 down. It's 10 minutes in. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't make those mistakes. And that near post Maddison goal, it gone straight through his legs, should be saved. And I think he did have good distribution, but he also had moments where it was a bit flaky. I think it was the one where he tried to pass it to, I think it was Gabriel, and it went sort of a mistouch. And I think it was Drewsby Hall or Maddison, I can't remember who it was, picked up and almost got a shot out of it, and then we just closed them
Yeah.
down. But there were moments, and if when he's on it, when Ramsdale's on it, everyone knows he's a fantastic goalie with excellent distribution. But it's those little moments. All it takes is one bad pass, and all of a sudden they can score a goal. So, and you can't make those errors against the big boys. So yeah, I'm going to go over 6.
Just to add on as well, obviously, he is 23. SMG has said
Oh,
he
definitely,
is a baby in terms of goalkeeper. But yeah, anyway,
he's got a lot. Yeah, it's got a lot to learn.
Yeah, fair enough. Zinchenko, Casey.
Oh, Zinny, my boy. Listen, he's transformed the left back position right now. I think personally it's very hard for Tini to get back in and that style of left back
I'd agree.
right about now. Yeah, I think Zinny, I give him a 7.5. 8.
Okay. I'll give him a I'll you know what? I'll give him a 7.5. I'm leaning towards 7 if I'm honest, because like Colleen said, his defending for that Maddison goal was just a tad off in my opinion. I wasn't really a fan of it if I'm honest, but that
with the dots.
Yeah, no, literally, I'm not a fan of that. I don't like that. So yeah, bar that, he had a very good game. He had a very, very good game. You can see like he's literally picking up from what he used to do at City when he played, and he's literally just transforming it straight into the Arsenal team. So yeah, I'll say Zinni gets a 7.5.
Cool. Fair enough.
You know, Rob's got a question for you though before you say your one.
Are you really supporting?
Oh, what's this about?
What's this? What's the question? Yeah, Rob, what's the question?
I'm keep going off this one time. Well, this is not one time. This time when I was messing around on Popish, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done with Arsenal, bro. I was done with Arteta. I'm like, nah, I'm not supporting them no more. I'm on some Liverpool. I'm on the Liverpool vibe for now. They keep going off this, bro.
Like, you're just as bad.
You know what? People can keep doing what they like, man. Listen, it is what it is, man. People can keep doing what they like, man. It's there, bro. Like, people know what it is. But yeah, it was a joke, man. It was a joke. But anyway, Zinchenko. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go for
Mont ain't here, Anthony. It's an
8. I'm gonna go for 8, man. I think he was
invading.
I think he was exceptional that game. I think he was real good. I thought all the kind of interchange, the overlapping, that delicious kind of chipped ball that he did for was it for Gabriel Martinelli and then he kind of had it was Jesus. He chipped it over the defense and then they had a sharp chance to score. Like, he was just outrageous, man. Like, big up to him. I'm gonna give him an 8.
I hear that. Colleen?
I think I'm just here to be the villain of the show this week. So let's buckle up. I like Zinni, my boy Zinni. I do. I think he was a bit lethargic at times. And I think that was the same in a defensive way. And I think that was the same for Crystal Palace. I wasn't overly convinced on his defensive skills, if I'm being completely honest. I do like him. My boy Tierney is still my boy. I'm not gonna lie to you, still my boy. I think it's a solid 6. But I do appreciate, from where I'm being a little bit harsher, is that he hasn't, like last season, he wasn't playing regularly as a left back. He wasn't playing week in, week out. So I'll give him his grace. I'm interested to see him in the midfield, to be honest with you, because he does pick up, especially for Ukraine, the same kind of heat map as Xhaka. So I would be interested to see how he would fare there at some point if push came to shove. But yeah, I just think concentration was a little bit lacking towards the end of the game, but I'm not going to hold it against him. So I'm going to say a 6, conservative 6.
Okay.
I'm actually not going that much higher, to be honest. I'm going to go 6.5. I think, and I'd agree with Colleen. I think defensively there were moments, and he got spun by Maddison for that goal. Like, he got absolutely spun. That was just poor footing. But I mean, going forward, he was excellent. I think he had like a 97% pass percentage. It was ridiculous. But he's not a winger, so I can't rate him as a winger. He's a defender at the end of the day. So there were moments, but I would also agree in the sense of what he can bring. It's different to Tierney. Tierney is a better defender. Everyone knows he's a better defender. It's just fact. But what Zinchenko brings to us, and we saw that with Xhaka, the fact that he was almost doing what Gundogan and De Bruyne do at City. They poach on the edge of the box and they seep into the gap and they fill it up and they basically just overload it. But what happened was Zinchenko would fill into where Xhaka was. He would then go up, Odegaard would move over, and then you've got basically 2 attacking midfielders in the box, which is really good, and that gives us a different dynamic. But I think going backwards, Zinchenko, there's a lot to improve on. And I would agree. It's maybe because he hasn't had a lot of game time last season. But yeah, I think there's a lot to improve on. So I'm not going to give him a mad rating. I'm just going to go over 6.5.
Cool. That's all cool. Gabriel. Yeah. Hey, so what are you telling me?
Gabriel. I'll give him a solid 6. We conceded 2. I know they weren't his fault, but he's still part of it. Could have helped out, whatever. I don't know. I'm starting to lean towards Saliba now. The tidiness of Saliba is just making me lean towards him. I don't know why.
Yeah,
So,
I hear you.
Maybe I'm falling out of love with the rash defending, but I give him a 6.
I think that's just a tiny bit harsh, because like you said, none of the goals are really his fault if you deep it. So, and he didn't do anything mad, I don't think. 1-4-2. I mean, I'll say 6.5 because he didn't do that much. Because it just seems a bit he played above average. Like, if you could say 6, I don't know. I'll say 6.5. Fuck it, 6.25. Fuck it. Lee, what are you telling me?
You know what? With the Gabriel thing, man, I always have a little bit of a funny one with him because people think I don't like him because I say that he's a bit rash at times and he does make a few mistakes. But at the same time, I feel like he had a solid game, man. I feel like, man, 6. Like, the joke of it is, I want to know what we were giving them scores when we were like last season and the season before that, bro. Because 6 for performances and we dominated the whole game. Like, I don't know,
it's
man.
True.
But
it's true.
I really can't. Like, if you're saying like in a whole 90 minutes, man, are making 1 or 2 incorrect decisions or getting spun. Like, I don't know. But anyway, like.
I'm trying for perfection. I'm like Arteta. I need perfection. He was not happy.
Perfection.
He would not be happy.
Yeah. But then I just want to see what other people get in this score where I'm waiting for a certain. Listen, Colleen.
You can wait.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go Gabriel. I'm gonna go 7. I thought again that he did what he needed to do. His passing's getting a little bit better as well. So I'm gonna go 7.
Yeah, that's fair. Colleen. Try not to go too harsh now for this one.
No, do you know what?
It's Colleen, she's a savage.
it wasn't really a memorable performance from him, if I'm being which is a good thing from a defender. You don't really want it to be that memorable. With that being said, the goal, I'm including him in that kind of lethargic play. It was like Bambi on ice, Zinchenko, him, Ramsdale. It was all just it was just awful, start to finish. So I'm factoring that in. But I think I can't really say it for this game. So we'll see moving forward. But I do feel with Gabriel is that if it's chaos around him, he's chaotic as well. He's not for me, he's not really a calming presence around. Yeah. But I can't say that with the Leicester game. So I do like him. I think 6.5 is fine, solid, a little bit sketchy on that Maddison goal. I'm including him in that defensive play, but good. Can't complain too much for now.
Cool. Fair dude.
Yeah, now for Gabriel, I'm actually going to go for a nice round 7. I think, like Clint said, it wasn't really that memorable, but it was sort of solid, and the goal wasn't the own goal. Obviously, wasn't his fault. I would agree. The one sloppy thing he did do was in that play. It didn't expand wide enough to allow Zinchenko to release to go out to Maddison. But the one thing I will say that I liked about Gabriel was that even when he was getting pressured, because Leicester did try and put us under the cosh around 50 to 60 minutes, even drew a foul. He was a game manager. He sort of kept it calm, just reset to get back to Ramsdale and just kept it calm. So, with the communications doing with Saliba was fantastic. I'm going to go over 7. I think he was good. I don't think there was anything to sort of berate him. He even had a shot, he missed it, but in the corners. And that's like one of the things I like about Gabriel. He's such a threat, even when it comes to set pieces, just because his sheer like physicality. And the fact that we got 2 centre backs like that is brilliant. But yeah, I'm gonna go for 7.
Cool. His centre back partner, William Saliba. KC.
Of course, tidy at his best, man. Listen, I think even bar the mistake, obviously I have to take the mistake into account, but bar the mistake, what more can I ask for from a 21-year-old making his start in the Premier League? You know, I have to give him a solid, at least a 7. I want to give him an 8, but because of the mistake, I'll give him a 7 in it. But yeah, besides that, nothing else.
Yeah, I hear that. Like you said, I think he puts me at ease. Like he rarely does anything crazy. That like to the own goal, I'd really put that down to just him not playing with Ramsdale that many times. So the communication may be off, as well as his English as well. He might not have heard things, or I don't know. It could be anything, but yeah, I'll put it to that. I think he had a good game overall, man. I think he was really, really composed. And what I like about him as well is that he can switch it up. So he's got the composure side to his game. And if he wants to mix it and be dominant, he can do that too. So yeah, I think he's definitely one to watch, man. Yeah, I'd say 7 as well.
You know, it's going to be interesting because if we're marking it the way that everyone else is marking it, he should be getting a 5. He scored an own goal.
That's a good point.
If you're saying that he made,
but he played better than Gabriel.
If Ramsdale I feel like he had a decent performance but made a mistake for a goal, then if we're marking it on the way that you guys are marking it, and he scored an own goal.
How are you marking it?
When I say look at it, though, I wouldn't say it was a mistake, to be fair, because if he doesn't go for it, Vardy scored it.
Yeah, he has to go for it in a way.
No matter what.
They're looking strong. All right. I'm gonna go for 6.5 because you scored an own goal.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Colleen?
So I low-key agree with Gunley, his little monologue at the beginning there, but let me land. Listen, I think William Saliba is going to be a Rolls Royce for the centre-back, and I really think he needed that mistake, to be honest with you, because obviously we were hyping him up, deservedly so. Rival fans were on the watch, and the mistake is one of those ones where it happens. It's football at the end of the day. If he leaves it goes straight through to Vardy. I think it's one of those ones where it's very unfortunate. You could talk about positioning. You could really get to nitty gritty of it if you really wanted to, but I think it's a bit unfortunate. But he still does score an own goal, and it's still an own goal at the end of the day. That's not. It means that I'm going to have to give him 5.5. Thought he had a solid performance.
Wow.
Listen, I don't want my centre backs scoring an own goal. Unfortunately, it wasn't his fault, but here we are.
Colleen is a savage.
She's a savage.
I do love him. I love him though. Love him. Big love to.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Nah, that's fair. I'm personally, I'll say it. If he didn't do the own goal, I would have given him an 8. I think he was phenomenal, and like the view where I was watching, he was just spot on. Like I was watching him the whole game, and the one thing I like about him, and people make these comparisons just because he is literally like him. Virgil van Dijk does the same sort of thing, right? When he sits in his high line, he's not the fastest player. He's actually not the fastest centre back, but no one seems to be able to get past him. And the reason is because he's so smart. Like he knows the angle to close down, so he actually runs less distance, so he can close down. And he knows if you push your player outside, no matter what, they're not going to score. If you keep pushing him outside, then he's got Matip. Well, Van Dijk's got Matip next to him, whereas Saliba knows he's got Gabriel next to him. So he just pushes him outside, and he did that when Xhaka came on, and he literally got a little spurt, and then Saliba just shut him down and pushed him outside the box and just literally choked him out. So he had no chance, and that's the game I really like, and the fact that he's so young and he already understands that is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, like he's a baller, but I think with the Vardy into the own goal, I think it's a bit unfair. Like if you could, like Colleen said, you could go all the way back and break it down to what actually the issue was. But end of the day, he had to go for that. Otherwise, Vardy's getting a goal, and like I was going to lose my week on head to head because I had Vardy as the striker against me. So like, it's all good. Like, do you know what I mean? So I can't berate him. Like I think he was class, and for me, it's the calmness he brings. I completely agree with Kears here. Like the calmness. Like if I see a player burning down the thing, and we used to have Mustafi, bro, I was shitting it. Bro. If there's Vardy running up on Mustafi, bro, I'm not looking at the TV. I know it's a goal. I'm storming out. When it's Saliba, I'm like, he's gonna pack him. Like I literally was like, that's why when he did the own goal, all the fans got behind him because they were like, bro, like you played so well in it. Like it is what it is. That's just football. But no, I'm gonna give him a 7 overall. I think he was great. He was solid. There were the moments in it that just shows the youngness, but the quality of what he is for the age he is phenomenal, especially centre back. Because in my opinion, I think the centre back is the hardest position to play in football because at the end of the day, there's no one behind you. If you make a mistake, it's probably a goal, and that's why you normally see centre backs 24 to 28, not 21, 22. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I do hear that. Benjamin White. Case, what are you telling me?
Well, let me just see what Adam's saying. Adam's talking about White at times pushed out of our line and players played on side. Need Tomiyasu at right back soon.
No, but we do.
But I still feel like for someone, I'm judging him as someone who isn't an out and out right back filling in because that's what I have to do. I can't judge him against Tomiyasu, who is more fit, even though he's not an out and out right back either. He's more fit to be an out and out right back. So
definitely.
I think Ben White, so I have to probably give him the same. I give him a 6. 6, 7. I don't know. I just think he had a steady game. I don't think he really got burnt too many times. I don't think he was at fault for too much. I think he was just there doing the job, really.
Yeah. No, I do hit. For me, when people have a steady game and we win the game, I always have to give them above average. So I'd probably say, I'd give him a 7. Simply because he didn't, like I said with Gabriel, I didn't really see him do anything too crazy. And the battles that he did have, he did win the most of them, I think. So yeah, I'd give him a 7. I think he played all right. But like Adam said, I do want to see Tomiyasu come back quickly. The injuries are starting to annoy me, if I'm honest, with that guy. So yeah, he needs to come back. But yeah, Ben White, Lee, what are you telling me?
Yeah. This is going to be my last one as well because obviously I've got another stream, unfortunately. But I'm going to go for 7.5, and the reason why is because yes, he wasn't as attacking as what we would like, and it probably
that's my issue.
It didn't help Xhaka, but I feel like we need to remember he's doing what the managers asked him to do. So for what we need to think about is, did he do what the managers asked him to do to a T? In my opinion, yes. He made himself available for that third option or to kind of like come into the midfield at times and do that Zinchenko role on the right-hand side. He did attack, but not enough, in my opinion. And I feel like he just also does a solid job in that defensive right-hand space. And I feel like what more can you ask from him? He's not a attacking right back. Yeah. So if you're asking him to do something that he's really not capable, not only is he not a right back, not attacking right back, he's not a right back at all. So we're asking him to not only play in a new position or another position, but we're asking him to do more than what a normal right back would do anyway. So I feel like he did a really good job. And overall, I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7 actually. I'll give him a 7. Yeah, but listen, people, I need to bounce because I've got another stream. But yeah, I'm gonna be. You know what, Colleen? I'm be watching you so for your guy. You know, I'm gonna be watching. Watching.
You have to go. See, no.
Hey, replay value.
No. Please, people, make sure I'm going to be watching. I want to know.
You've got to go.
I want to know what he comes with the jacket stuff. I want to know. But anyway, listen, people, I'm out, man. Thank you.
Lee, thank you for coming.
Take care, Lee, man.
Take care, man.
Just on that note, quickly, everyone, come on, like, comment, and subscribe. Do up the comments. I want to know people's. You know what? Who we doing next as well?
After Ben, it'll be Xhaka, wouldn't it?
Xhaka or a party.
It'll
We'll
be
start
Xhaka.
with
Yeah.
Colleen special. That's perfect. So yeah, everyone, give me your ratings on Xhaka. I want to see what you lot think about Xhaka because I have my opinion on Xhaka and how he played. It might not be the same as everyone's, but we'll see.
Has Clean done Ben White yet?
Yeah, we'll
He's going to be Ben White now.
Listen, I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm quite happy to give him a 7 if I'm honest with you. He's again, it was another non-memorable performance, which is what I like from my defenders. I would love to not remember your performance because that means you did your job well. And he's not. I'm giving him a lot of grace with that 7 because he's not a right back. He's just not. Tomiyasu, you're on my list, brother. I like you, but you're on my list. You're not available enough for me. You're not available. So saying that, but Ben White, I mean, there's bits he can improve on, but again, he's not a right back, so it just feels a little bit redundant. And KC, is that a Manchester United bed sheet behind you?
Case, quickly.
What's going on?
Dash it. I didn't even clock that myself.
That's what don't listen. They want you for Spurs. They've got pictures of you and Spurs. Forget me. Don't try and bring me under that bridge of supporting another club. I ain't winning.
In, and I just noticed, like, I was like, have you got a Norwich scarf around there as well?
Hey, get this in. This is me till I die. Just know.
Overcompensating. It's fine. Listen, if you're one of the Ten Hag boys, it's absolutely fine. Just wrong moment for it.
The plastic just say, you know.
Nah.
I think. Do you know what? I'm going to be devil's advocate on Ben White. I'm going to give him a 5.5.
Wow.
Yeah. And the reason is because I watched him, and don't get me wrong, and I don't like the player. I really like the player, and I understand that he was at right back. But I am going to rate him as a right back because he played right back. And I literally watched his brother lose the ball about 10, maybe 12 times. And I don't think he connected a single cross. I watched him do his long passes. I don't remember a single one connecting. And I don't actually remember him winning a single ground duel. So in terms of that, I like he was fine, but I think that was more the Saliba effect because at the end of the day, he had that confidence to not allow, if someone goes in, Saliba was going to pack him. So it didn't really matter. But I think as a right back, there was a lot to improve on. There's a lot to improve on. He got a little bit exposed and the passing was wayward. And I know Ben White is better. So I don't like Ben White. I really like him. He's a fantastic player. But I think he was very wayward on that game. And it was a bit of an off day. I literally don't remember him making one like successful long pass or one cross. And I literally watched the brother get dispossessed bare times. So I'm going to go for 5.5. I think he was actually probably the worst player on the pitch. Wow. In terms of for Arsenal, not Leicester, but for Arsenal.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
1 second, Ian has finished me, G. I don't know what she's now done. That's it.
You
know what? Yeah, I don't even want to explain myself because like no one will believe me anyway.
It's been clipped now. That's it. It's done.
It's done.
It's done. It doesn't matter about context, bro. It happened.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best to back you, bro. I'm gonna try my best, but this is a tough one, bro. You'll put me in a bad spot.
He's wearing the Arsenal but sleeps in Man United. What's going on?
Typical Londoner. Typical Londoner.
Leave me out of it, please. I'm not in it. That I told you, Arsenal till I die.
Yeah, I think the next player as well. We've got Colleen's favourite, have we not?
We do, Mr. Xhaka. We do.
Xhaka. We'll start with Casey anyway. What are you telling me for Xhaka, Casey?
Xhaka, bro. I think Xhaka got 8.5. I think this was one of his better games. This is the, most progressive I've seen Xhaka. I think we finally found his position, because for a long time I've been thinking, where is he best? Because he never was really a DM. He was a bit too rash for that. And then he wasn't really a CM either. We needed him more as like a nice box-to-box type of player. And we can see he's thriving there, He's picking up spaces. He's the third man in the box. He got his goal. He got an assist. I think he played well. So yeah, I give Xhaka 8.5, 9. Well, yeah, no, 8.5, 8.5.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, maybe 9's a bit too much. Yeah, that's a bit mad. But yeah, nah, yeah, I'll give him 8.5. I think, like you said, I think this is his best position now, definitely. In that more advanced 8 role, gets into the box, scores goals. However, I don't want to obviously throw shade on him and whatnot because he did have a good game, but I still do think we need that player that's a bit more. I don't know. Is flexible the right word in the final third and a bit more techie? I don't know, but I still think we need to replace him, in my opinion. However, we're not on that topic as of yet. Strictly 8.5 for Xhaka for this game. Done very well.
I think you guys are. Listen, I love Xhaka, I do, but I think you guys are overdoing it a little bit.
Whoa. Okay. Fair enough.
So I'm giving him probably 7. Listen, let me explain myself. The reason why I now like Xhaka, it was a journey. This didn't happen initially. This didn't happen overnight. I've now learned to accept the things I cannot change. So I accept that Xhaka, that he does that same thing all the time where he's facing like our goals, so like Ramsdale in our own half. All the time, he will get pinched off the ball. That has happened several occasions.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And then he does a silly challenge and gives a yellow or gets a yellow.
Like, the ball, and then for fun, like really, they should have scored if it wasn't for great goalkeeping. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've accepted that's who he is. He's always going to do that. But that also brings down his rating for me because, like, if it was a goal, then what? 10 minutes in, it's a joke. However, I do like this advanced role he's playing. I do think that suits him. In the context of the Leicester game, I think it was perfect. In terms of other games, like playing against the top 6, I'm not sure we will, especially away from home, I don't think he will occupy that position as much, to be honest with you. I think it's a bit risky. I'm not sure if we're ready to dominate.
Crystal Palace.
Like, pardon?
One of those performances.
Pardon?
We need to do what Crystal Palace done to Liverpool. One of those.
I think it's like a fine balance. We need to figure out, we're not like completely like sitting so deep, but also I'm not sure we're there yet where we can just like try and do possession based, like toe to toe with City and Liverpool, maybe, but I don't think so. But in the context of the Leicester game, I think he did that role really well. I just have to mark him down for just typical Xhaka stuff. It is just typical.
That's fair, dude.
So wait, what did you give him? Sorry, I didn't even hear what you did. You give him a 7?
I mean, for me, I think I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna say 7.5. I would say 8, but I'm gonna say 7.5. Now everyone keeps talking about, we think he found his position. We've only found his position because we've got Zinchenko. If that was Tierney, he is never having that ability to roam because Zinchenko fills in for him. But
that's what you needed, though.
What I will say now that he's got the keys, and I feel like he's now way more connected with the fans. I've said this multiple times since he's had that interview with the fans, and he actually opened up about the incident for the Crystal Palace game. We've seen a different Xhaka completely. He's been way more consistent. But what I really liked about him was the fact that his long balls are still unrivaled. Like they're actually unrivaled. Like I remember when he plays for Switzerland, and he dropped dimes, and he played a similar position against Leicester what he does actually for Switzerland, not Sweden, which is where he has more of that box-to-box attacking role. He got an assist, he got a goal. The assist was jokes, and that was just a filthy little play. The goal as well was just kind of lucky, but because of his positioning was so good, it allowed him to get it. But what I liked about him, differently from this game, is the fact that he was sort of all over the pitch. I mean, I think he spent most of the game inside their half, rather than sort of being a more of a holding midfielder. And yeah, for me, like he got the goal, he got the assist. I'm going to give him a 7.5. I think the only reason I'm not going to give him an 8 in terms of the being able to roam is because Zinchenko helped him out so much. Like if Zinchenko wasn't in that game and it was Tierney, Xhaka never would have got that assist or that goal.
Very true. That's a fair point, to be fair. So yeah, that was Xhaka. Thomas Partey. Casey.
Thomas Partey. 7. I'll say 7.
If in doubt, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. I feel like he's another one. He played pretty well. He had his moments, but I wouldn't say it was one of his best games. But you know, he done his job, so I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, with Partey, I feel like you know what you're gonna get 9 times out of 10 if he's on it. If he's on it,
If he plays,
if he plays, he's a beast, and I think he's one of the best centre mids in the Prem when he's on it, when he's properly on it, definitely. But yeah, I think for this Leicester game, he kept giving the ball away at times in the second half. Literally just like G said, that's the way we're passing. Yeah, literally. Yeah. So that, for me, that brings it down a rating. So yeah, I'd say 7 because I don't think he was a 6.5. He was okay. So yeah, I'd say 7. Colleen, what do you think?
I agree. I'm gonna say. Now I'm gonna go 6.57. Can't really make up my mind. Towards Partey again. I literally that comment. I agree with it. I think there was a few wayward passes, but I think when he's good, he's so good. Our trouble with him is that he can be inconsistent, and he can be inconsistent within games as well. I'm getting really frustrated in terms of his passing, for being honest with you, because I just don't know how someone can be that inconsistent. I'm hoping that he's now been. It's not like he's getting any better. He's a seasoned midfielder. I'm expecting a lot from him this season, to be honest with you. He's been this is his 3rd season with us, right? This season,
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
I think for someone of his quality, I just think we should be expecting those kind of solid 8 out of 10 performances each game from him. And I mean, listen, can't complain too much from that game. A few wayward passes, but solid 6.5, 7.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a 7. I think, again, there was a few wayward passes, but I think that was more, he just sort of switched off a little bit, I think, because the game looked a little bit comfortable. He just sort of like, he did that sort of just like, so when like the game just happens in front of you and you're not just quite there. I think that just sort of happened for like 2-3 minutes. But apart from that, I mean, he was like defensively sound. His vision was unreal. Like that ball that almost got through to Jesus. Oh my days. When he just pivoted, turned and just split the centre backs. Mate, if he put a little bit less on that, that would have been a hat trick for Jesus. And I think if we can get that out of him again, and this time with just a bit more sort of finesse, mate, he's gonna cook. I mean, he already, like we said, he is already one of the best midfielders in the league, in my opinion. And now Xhaka coming into it, it is good. And I think the fact that Xhaka outperformed in is actually more sort of an alarm for Xhaka than Partey, to be fair. But no, I'm going to give him a 7. I think he was good. He was solid. There wasn't too many issues, but he didn't sort of stand out. I think he hit the woodwork once, didn't he? I think.
He did.
Yeah. So, and he still got a pep in. I still want him to bag a long shot. I mean, I'm praying for that day he bags a long shot. Yeah, man. When he does, I'm going to lose it. I swear that I'm going to lose it. But no, I'm going to go with 7. That's my.
Okay. We'll say Odegaard. We'll go through Odegaard next. For me, I would get Casey. Sorry, you can start Odegaard.
No, I don't want to be angry with my man, but sorry, it hasn't been the best right now. You know, he's just not doing what I want him to do, and I feel like that's becoming a bit of an issue with the whole attack, because when we go on to Saka, I feel like Saka heavily relies on Odegaard, and Odegaard heavily relies on Saka, and if they're both not playing well, then they, both kind of don't look on it. So I have to give Odegaard a 6. I don't feel like he was the best. He does, a couple passes here and there, but the actual creativity, the splitting passes, and the 1-2 combinations, they weren't there enough for me in that game. So I'll give him a 6.
Cool. I think that's a bit too. I think he didn't play good. I'm not gonna lie. He's been But the thing is with Odegaard, like you said as well, he's one of those guys where if the team's playing well, then he'll look like he's playing well.
It's because we didn't lose. I can't give him less. He didn't lose.
I get that, but I'm looking at like just him now. Like, what did he actually do in that game? I can't remember anything he done. So I'm probably going to give him like a 5. I'm even thinking 4.5. If I'm honest, I think he was that bad. If I'm honest, I'd say 4.5. I'm sorry. I like Odegaard as a player. I love him, but nah, not that game. Not that game. What do you think?
I think he had a better game than he did at Crystal Palace, which wasn't hard. I feel a bit sorry for him a little bit because if he's not scoring or assisting, you're always quite critical of Odegaard. I think he had better movement than he did at Crystal Palace. He was much more in the game, but I don't think he was in the game enough for me. But I'm not going to be as harsh with him, if I'm honest with you. Give him about 6.
Okay, fair enough. Monty? I think you're on mute, bro.
I think you muted yourself.
Lol. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, for me, I feel like he ghosted a bit. I can't lie. I think he should have done a lot better. I mean, he's our captain, he's our creative man, and he just didn't quite do it for me. If I'm going to be honest, I think he could have had a better game. But saying that, we did win. So I'm going to give him a 6. I think he just needed to do better. Just create a little bit more. I just feel like he just sort of ghosted a little bit. I don't know whether that was because of the system that Leicester did, but yeah, he just didn't really show up that much for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 4.5 is a bit too harsh. I don't know.
You said it with your chest.
Yeah, the thing that I've been thinking about it, but
No, don't do that. I was thinking about it. I was thinking you weren't. You thought about it. You said 4.5. Don't try and change it.
I was thinking about it. Like literally, what Monty was saying is like he's our captain, bro. Like if you're my captain, I need minimum 5 out of 10s. And he didn't do that at all. Yeah. So for that reason, he goes down the rating for me. But if he wasn't our captain, I'd probably say 5 or 5.5. But you're my captain. I need
4.5.
Yeah, let me stick with my 4.5, man. Yeah. Let me stick. I'm not impressed, Martin. I'm not impressed. But yeah, Martinelli. Yeah, Kate, what are you telling me?
My boy, yes, stepping up this season. I think the whole team stepping up, but him especially, I've seen a big improvement. Bro, the way he takes on players now and he's just fearless, bro. He just knows that when he has the better of a player, he knows, bro. The way he was cheekily smiling when he knew he had the better of Fofana, like, this is what I want to see. This is the Martinelli I need. Like, finally growing up, knowing what he can do. And yeah, it's great to see, bro. I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, I hear that. I you know what? I think that's a bit too. I'll probably give him I'm going to give him a 9. You know, I'm going to give him a 9. I think he was that good. Like his work rate, literally 10 out of 10 work rate every game without fail from that guy, and he done it again on the weekend. He scored when we needed that goal, because if he didn't score that goal, we would have been under serious trouble. Serious trouble. So he got the guy. That was a good finish. He took it well. Weaker foot. He bullied Fofana. So yeah, I'd say a 9. You know, he done everything that I needed him to do. So, yeah, 9 for me.
Wow, 9.
Yeah. It's high, but man.
Smelly. Look at this guy. Wow.
Do you ever rest? Man said smelly.
I think for Martinelli, you know what? I said at the beginning of the season that I thought this season might come too soon for him to like blow properly the way that we're kind of expecting. 2 games in, 2 goals, and I'm hoping he kind of maintains this kind of form, to be honest with you. I think he still needs to he still needs to improve on his like clinicalness. But again, 2 games, 2 goals, solid job. And I just love what you can't help but not smile when he plays for Arsenal. Even though he's straight in, but I'm going to use my McTominay description of passion, running. Like it does make it as a fan, you do enjoy it. So going to give him an 8. I'll give him an 8.
Nah, that's a solid. I'm gonna agree with that. I think he was absolutely solid. And the thing I like the most about him is he's so exciting to watch. Like genuinely, like he just takes people on. Do you know what I mean? Like him and Saka both on the wings, like both just take people on, and it's exciting to see rather than like Pepe. He just sits there. He looks around. He goes, "Oh well." He tries to take on. Literally now, but like, do you know what I mean? Whereas Martinelli, he's got initiative. He goes north south. He gets the ball, and on the one, he's going towards the goal. Pepe would get the ball, stop, look up, and go, "I missed my chance." Fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just takes too long. Whereas Martinelli and Saka both do it. They're both just electric going forward. But Martinelli is really starting to come on. And
I feel like defensively as well. I didn't even speak about it.
Yeah, like the way he runs back. But we saw that off the bat, like with one of his first games. Like he's just unbelievable hustle. But now he's honing it. That's the thing. Now because I remember when he got that bloody 2 yellow cards in like 10 seconds. Mental. But like that's the sort of player he is. Now he's honing it and he's getting it right now. If he can start finishing, and I've said this reminding me because I remember I got sent a training video for because obviously when we signed him, everyone was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" I got sent a training video of him. The first video I saw of him, I said, "This guy is going to be a Galactic." I swear to God, this guy, if he starts bagging like he should, he could play for Real Madrid. He could play, yeah, right. I'm telling you now, Martinelli.
One of them, right?
All the optimism. He's got all the optimism.
Right. Martinelli's that guy who I swear to God, he would suit a Real Madrid shirt. Do you know what I mean? He's one of those players. He's one of those players. Like he is gonna. He's going to do some serious damage. And I think he will outscore Saka with GA, both goals and assists this season, because I think he's that good of a player. And don't get me wrong, that's not to berate Saka, because the fact that Saka didn't necessarily have a good game at Leicester and we still won is great. That's great, because last year, if he had a bad game, we were fucked. That was it. We would have lost that game, drew that game, nothing, because he was quiet. The fact that other people are now picking up the slack, I'm all for it. I'm going to give Martinelli an 8.
Cool. Fair enough. Talking about him, Bukayo Saka. Casey, do you think, bro?
6.5. I have to give him the same as Odegaard, really. Maybe a bit higher, so that's why I'm going for the 6.5. It wasn't one of his better games. He still, took on players. He tried, but they did, as the usual, just drown him out. And he couldn't link with Odegaard, which is his key, I think, to getting the space and creating chances and getting balls into the box. So I think it's one of his poorer games, but not to say that it was poor, overall. But for his standards, yeah, it was poor. So I'd say 6.5.
Yeah, fair enough. I would say a 6, because again, like we all know, it wasn't his best games. But he did try. He done his best. He almost scored, to be fair. I think it was, the chance that Jesus had to get his hat trick, and he had the open goal that came from Saka's shot. So, he done okay. Again, not the best. So yeah, I'd say a 6. Colleen?
I'm going to be a bit nicer towards him. 6.5. I think that for him, I feel for him a little bit because, for 2 reasons. He's not having really that good right back behind him to overlap as well as you'd like. And you are seeing Odegaard drift over a little bit over into his side, but Odegaard will do that anyway. I think Jesus is starting to drift more in and out from centre into left and creating those overloads, whereas you're not really getting that on the right side at the minute. That could be tactical for moving forward, getting teams to think they need to watch more of our left and hopefully release Saka a little bit more on the right. So that's the only reason why he was quieter. I think that I'm counting those things into it. So give him a 6.5, but I think he will slowly start to adapt in this system, or how we're currently playing without a proper right back.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna second Clean. I think I can't really add much more. The only thing I can add to that is that I think Gabriel Jesus with Martinelli, because of the language, they sort of partner better naturally. But I think those chemistry will start to build throughout the season, and we'll see a lot more. And the fact that he did have a not the best game, but we still won. For me, that's a win. That's a win already. So I'm going to give him a 6.5.
Okay, fair enough. Last but not least,
Gee.
for me, man the match, KC, Gabriel Jesus.
10, and this I don't need to say anything. 10.
Wow, fair enough. 10, just like that, just a 10.
Just-
Boom.
Simple as that. 10.
Yeah, no, I would give him a 9.5.
So
I
weird.
think you know why? I think 10. If he got a hat trick, 10 out of 10.
He got 2 goals and 2 assists.
He got 2 goals, 2 assists. That's great.
He could have had 4 goals.
Had 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
listen.
and let's be real.
We've been crying out. Wait. We've been crying out for strikers, yeah, to get goals and get involved, get assists. Now someone's getting 2 goals and 2 assists, and we're saying, "Oh, he needs to get 4. He needs to get 3." He's 10, man. And stop being silly.
No, I can't give him
10.
10, man. Like I said, for me, the assists weren't even that great for me to say to add it in. That's just a stat pad. So if I was to just look at his overall game and how things like get me, I would probably say 9.5 for me. But listen, brilliant game. Do that every week. That's all I can say. Colleen.
I'm giving him a 9. I think my highest rated player. I don't think I even need to elaborate in terms of all the positives. The only reason he doesn't get a 10 is because when he does get a hat trick, what am I going to rate him? So
Yeah,
9.
exactly.
First. You saved yourself.
Mate,
That's crazy.
mate, my man, yeah, moving like Spider-Man, don't miss like Iron Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's that guy. I swear to God, yeah, he's that guy. Like, Gabriel Jesus, yeah, absolute monster. That first goal, name me another striker who does that. You can only name me top world-class players. I guarantee you.
Position as well.
Because like it was like it was
tight,
there,
it was
close. It was so
It was
tight. He got the ball behind him, dragged it up, flicked it, and you're like, bro, you had no right, and you just didn't give a fuck. Like you had absolutely no right, and you said, "Do you know what, Ward? Have that." That's literally what he said, and it went in. Carnage, 9.5. Don't even need to say no more.
Yeah. A big performance overall from the boys.
Unbelievable.
Big performance. Hopefully, you can carry that over to the following game week this week. So yeah, that was the play ratings, guys.
But listen, I just want to ask one question, seeing as we're on strikers quickly talk about this Auba news. So obviously, probably everyone's heard that Auba's linked with Chelsea. I just want to get everyone's opinion on that. What do you think if he did, end up going to Chelsea? Would you be annoyed? Would you be like, it's similar to the Sanchez thing, he's going for money, then it's not going to work out kind of thing? What do you lot reckon?
Can I go?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Oh my days. Do I care? Absolutely not. The Donny has got an Arsenal tattoo on his leg, yeah? If anyone's going to be annoyed, it should be a Chelsea fan. I don't care. I honestly have him. We've got Gabriel Jesus and the guy is packing. Like, the Auba in his last season couldn't even pack Watford, so chill out. Like, I don't even care. So, like, let him go Chelsea. Let them continue with their plan, because I don't know what it is. If you want to go buy aging strikers, you go for that, bro. Like, it's up for you, innit? Let them have him. I don't care. You've got Arsenal tattooed on you, bro. That stays. So, I honestly, let them have it. We've got our striker. I don't care. We got the link-up play of Laka and the finishing of Auba slapped into one, and we got a 2-for-1 deal. So have that.
This guy's a hater.
Yeah, that's normal, Ethan. Don't worry. Don't make him.
I agree with Monty. Like, I don't care. To be fair, he wasn't, at the end of the day, he was a great servant for Arsenal. Didn't work out towards the end. It was, I should say. Leaving Barcelona after 6 months is not really a great look, in my opinion. I'm not sure. I know they have their own things going on, but yeah, he's got a tattoo of Arsenal. I don't think he'll hit the heights that he did hit at his peak at Arsenal, Chelsea. The only thing that you could point to is that his previous relationship with Tuchel. But I mean, good luck to him. I don't really give it much thought.
Yeah, I agree. That's literally, I'm the same as both of you guys. I honestly couldn't give one toss, if I'm completely honest. Maybe if it was a couple of years ago, then of course I'll be very, very annoyed. But he's done in the Prem. La Liga is him. He can't do anything in the Prem. It's proven with us. So I'm not worried at all. I don't care. like he left the club on bad terms, if we're honest. So I honestly don't care. I really don't care. Good luck to him. Good luck.
Furs, man. Furs. But yeah,
we're getting the predictions.
Enough about this Auba guy, because personally, I think he's done. I think they're just coming. They're just desperate. Need a striker. He's a big name. He's a
Chelsea really strikers anyway. So
yeah, and I'm guessing he's making himself available. Obviously,
one last payday.
Must have had something in his ear at Barca that he's not going to be the main guy. So
yeah,
you know they got Lowen in it. So where's he going? He ain't played. So yeah, I think they can just have him. I'm not bothered. We've moved on from that. We don't need to be playing.
Yeah, we've moved on. We've moved on. Just to quickly before we move on to picking our predicted 11 for the game, I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts on Tielemans. Do you guys think that deal was basically done, or is Mikel's not going to progress with it, or do you
deadline day?
Deadline day. I was going to say, do you think it could be a deadline day where it might just be a quick signing, because it's easy to do? He wants to leave. He's running out of contract. It's an easy deal to make, quite cheap. So do you guys think we'll do it?
I would do it, and this is why I think it will happen. Just on a business sense. Now, Arsenal are very much are in advantage on this whole situation. Yuri wants to play for us. They have to sell the player, or he's going for free in the summer, like the next year. That's it. They have to sell him. We don't want to spend 30 million on him. I think if we leave it right down to the last day, because at the end of the day, if Man United going for him, is he going to join United? Is he fucked? No one's going to join that sinking ship unless they pay him silly money. But then that's just same old United. I think this could go right down to deadline day, and I think it could be an absolute steal. I think it could genuinely go for like 15 million. I know. The longer it goes on, the better it plays for us. But the main thing for us is that we do need to get rid of some players. It's as simple as that. Like Ainsley Maitland-Niles needs to be moved on as well. That's another midfield player. So once we've got that sorted, Sambi Lokonga future needs to be sorted. Is he going on loan? Is he not? Apparently there was talks that he's not in the plans. He might be going on to loan somewhere in Serie A or seeing. But we'll see. But I think this goes right down to deadline day, and it's good that it does, because at the end of the day, if he's at Leicester, he's still got his minutes. Didn't he? It's not like he's rotting on the bench. He's still training. He's still warming up. He's getting into a season. If he comes straight into Arsenal, he doesn't bench Xhaka, in my opinion.
No way.
Do you know what I mean? He has to earn that. So if he came in during the summer, if he came in during the summer, he wouldn't have had these games. But now he's at Leicester. He's having those games. It works out. We're going to get already a warm cooking player.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they're doing it. That could potentially be a reason, because it does make sense. You know.
It's true.
Now, so
that's just my take on it, though. I think it'll be a cheap deal.
I agree with Monty. I think they were all. I found the deal so weird, because we had agreed personal terms from a long time, month before the transfer window even opened. So it was either one or two things in my mind. It was either a smokescreen for someone else, or we were allotting our transfer kitty around. Hopefully, we're still bringing in a winger at least. And then getting all those bits sorted, clearing out the midfield, and then that option's there, because I don't think anyone else is going to be in for Tielemans at this stage. Seriously, we've already got the personal terms sorted. So the longer this goes on, the longer the better deal we get. And especially with Leicester, they've got about 28 or 29 first team players. They need to shift some. That's why they can't bring anyone in. And we don't know what's going to happen with Fafana yet, but they do need to clear out. And unfortunately for them, they're going to have to clear out a lot of their first team. So I do think he comes. But again, I agree with Monty. You're looking at deadline day.
Yeah, I hear that. Case, what do you think, bro?
Bro, I think Tielemans, I think it is as good as done. So I do think we'll get him. I do think, now hearing everyone's point, it could definitely go down to deadline day. It makes the most sense. You know, he wouldn't start for us. Like Monty said, he just wouldn't. So he's getting minutes, you know, he's getting his time there, and we'll get him for cheaper. So it's just a win-win, really. I just hope that they don't let us down and not get him, because I feel like that would be a very, 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 very bad move. You know,
Mhm.
we said we're one injury away on the striker from being in an issue. So are we in the DM position, you know, so we need to think about that.
Okay, fair dues.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
well,
yeah, go on,
obviously,
Case. Go on.
obviously, we're going to move on to score predictions now. In fact, no, we'll do the 11 first, then we'll go to the score
Yeah,
prediction.
we'll do score.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This may fairly be quick. I don't know. But
Should we just do
I'll
like
say-
each person do a whole 11?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just say my 11, and then we'll go around Colleen next, and we'll go around that way. So my 11 would be obviously Ramsdale in goal, Ben White right back. I had to think. I wasn't sure if I wanted to first.
Man was like, let's go.
Yeah, so I think I'll just stick with what's working at the moment. So Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, and Zinchenko. Then we'll have Xhaka, Partey, and I kind of want to see Fabio if he's fit. I know Odegaard's our captain, and this is what I think is going to be a big issue, because I want to see Vieira in the cam, but I don't know how he's going to start in the cam if Odegaard's our captain. So
He
I
played
would
right
like
wing
to
the other
see
day.
Vieira.
Yeah, he could play on the wing.
Yeah, but all right, I'll say Odegaard, but I would like to see Vieira there, and then the front three stays the same for me: Saka, Jesus, Martinelli.
Yeah, I'd say again easy one. Ramsdale in goal, Zinchenko left back. You know what? I'm gonna go with Gabriel and Saliba centre backs. I'm actually gonna say Tomiyasu right back, because Ben White, I think, although he has been playing okay right back, I forgot. I think it was Lee who said he's not a right back, and that's something we need to understand. He's not a right back, so it's only going to be a matter of time before he gets exposed. So I think this will be the right game just to say, okay, you've done well at right back. Let's go back to normal. Tomiyasu. So yeah, I'll bench Ben White. In the middle, I'll go for Xhaka and Partey. I'll go for Odegaard in the cam. Left wing Martinelli. Right wing Saka, and striker Jesus.
Simple.
Yeah.
I'd go with the same starting 11 that played Leicester. I wouldn't mind if either fullback was changed, to be honest with you. I'm giving them a bit of grace because it is Bournemouth away. Scott Parker doesn't really like to play a bit of a low block whenever I've seen him manage a team. I'm just a bit nervous that he might try to do something different, considering they just got hammered, but they are at home. So I'm hoping that they will try and be a typical Scott Parker team and try and come out a little bit. Fabio Vieira was playing a lot more on the right for the under 23s or whatever game I was watching. So I don't think he'd come in. I don't know whether he'd be more of a, you're looking at an Odegaard or even a Saka position, if I'm being honest, if he comes in. I would like to see him. I'm not sure if he will. I'm quite happy with the same 11. If it means that we're not rushing back Tomiyasu and Tierney. Alternatively, it's a good game for them to come back into. It's not like a Liverpool. It's not a Spurs or something like that. So I'm quite easy breezy. I think we've got a very good 14 players.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird that we actually do.
We need to get that one out, him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I've got a few changes. Obviously, Ramsdale at goal. I think Zinchenko will get the nod at left back, but if he doesn't, I could maybe see him even take, because I think there might be a bit of experimentation against Bournemouth. That's the only reasoning, and he might maybe see him step in midfield. Don't know, and it would turn at left back, but I'm going to go with Zinchenko left back, Gabriel left centre back. I'm actually going to go Ben White right centre back. And I'm going to go Tomiyasu at right back. Now, the reason I'm dropping Saliba is I think Arteta knows how young he is, and he wants him to stay a little bit humble, to bring him, just ground him a little bit, and then you probably get a sub in and get some more minutes in nonetheless, because there's 5 subs. You've got to remember that. I think it's going to be Granit, Xhaka, Partey in the midfield, as you do. I could see definitely Martin Odegaard starting again. Martinelli probably going to get another head out as well. The only person I might see sub out is potentially Bukayo Saka for Vieira, but I think Saka will start and Vieira comes off the bench, just because if you look at how Arteta has handled Tierney's injury, Tomiyasu's injury, he did the same thing. He warmed them up the game before. He gave them 20 minutes to come on, see how they are, see how fit they are, and then they came on and had a chance in the next games and stuff. So, I think we might see. Yeah, we're going to see Saka at first, Vieira come in, and then Gabriel is just up front. But the big change I would say is probably, I think it'll be Ben White right centre back and Sleeper on the bench, but not all game. I think he'll get still minutes. Because you must say that with the experiment, I think it could be a case of Sleeper comes on, White goes into centre back. We have 3 at the back. Zinchenko then steps up into midfield. We swap Xhaka with Vieira, and we have 2 attacking cams in the Odegaard. So that's what I mean. I think there's going to be some tactical fluidity, because Arteta said that pre-season. He says, well, with 5 subs, you can completely swap an entire game. You don't know what's going to change for the mid-game. So, and we saw it in pre-season against Orlando. We saw it against Chelsea. We went to the back 3 at half time. So I think there will be some sort of experimentation. But that's just my opinion. But yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Big up Dre James show as well. Thank you, my bro. Yeah, 1 or 2 more signs and bets we're looking. Yep, definitely. Yeah, so I'll go through score predictions on what you guys think. Let's not try to be too crazy. But yeah, Casey, I'll start with you, bro.
I don't think this sounds crazy, but 3-1.
Yeah,
I want a cleanie, but I don't, for some weird reason, I just feel like we're gonna have a little bit of shock, you know. But I feel like it's gonna be the right type of shock to get these lot to spur on and go. I think the free-flowing goal scoring Arsenal is. I just want to keep seeing that. So I'm just optimistic. I think we're gonna get 3. You know, it's carried on from pre-season. We was getting 6, 4s and all types of mad scores that we don't usually, you know, associate with Arsenal over pre-season. We've carried it on into the season, 2 in our first, 4 in our second. So yeah, I see 3-1. Bournemouth aren't the greatest. If we're serious, we got to be beating these.
Well, as Wenger once said, you score more than your opponent, you win. So
yep, that's the truth. I'm gonna go with 1 for away, 5:30 kickoff. You know, I've got to take in these when the kickoff is.
Well, you're looking at where the moon is in the sky, yeah?
Yeah. All that astrology stuff.
Yeah, get that lunar cycle. It's the semi-crescent.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go for 2-0. I'm gonna go for 2-0. I think we'll get a clean sheet. So I think Mikel would have hated them last 2 goals that Leicester scored. He would have definitely drilled into the players and defense for that. So I think they'll take that on board. Bournemouth, easier opponent. I think we'll get less than 3 goals because we've been scoring quite a lot recently. And I don't think they're going to be able to maintain that. Hopefully they do. I might be wrong. But yeah, I don't think so. So I would probably say 2-0. Yeah. Okay, Colleen?
I'm going for a clean sheet because if that Jefferson, how do you even say his surname? Lerma.
Oh, Lerma, yeah.
He scores against us. I'm going to lose it. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, he's a dirty guy. Yeah, I'm thinking now. Dirty.
As I alluded to in my XI, I think Scotty Parker teams don't really like to do a low block, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think that we're trying to come out home. It is more of your traditional grounds. The pitch feels a bit tighter.
Very small.
Very small. Very small.
I think it's going to... But do you know what? I think it'll be less of a challenge than Crystal Palace away was. So I'm going to go for a 3-0.
Yeah,
3-0. I got 2 scores, yeah. My heart, yeah. I want us to outscore City. Like, I want us to, like, actually, like, either match City's 4-0 or beat it. Because City actually, like, slept in the second half and they could have slapped them 8-0. But they didn't. They just slept. I want us to go out and absolute, like, I'm talking, put a marker down and like, say you're serious. Because I'm still waiting for that, though, that City, Liverpool, Spurs. October month, that's all I'm waiting for. I don't really care about these games. As long as we win them, I don't care. Yeah, I want us to win that 4-0. But I think realistically, it's probably going to be 3-0. But I'm also going to predict. I think Ødegaard starts his account, or maybe a cheeky free kick.
It'll definitely be a freak. It won't try.
Yeah, because he knows the guy doesn't shoot, bro. Like I swear down.
He hates shooting.
He just wants to assist everyone, bro. It's like, bro, like finish
Annoying.
yourself.
It's starting to get annoying, personally.
Yeah, it's annoying.
You try wingman him and he'll wingman you instead. Do you know what I mean? It's like, fuck's sake. He'll be like, now you take it, bro. You take it.
So what prediction did you say? Did you say
3-0? I think in the end. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah,
Definitely
that was the score predictions. Like I said, hopefully we do get that win. I'm just gonna go through these comments just before we lock it off. Again, big up to everybody who joined. Smash a like.
Thank you, man. First Arsenal. Big up.
Yeah,
everyone.
first Arsenal, man. It's been a good one, man.
Look, you're gonna be here through now's the good times. When the bad times, I know you're gonna be here. So you have to take the good with the bad. You know, we're all smart now, but there will be dark days. We know.
Exactly.
I don't know why Montel's trying to draw me out because I'm calling me 7 foot. I'm an average height. It's not my fault. I'm taller than you. Not my fault.
This is your on once.
Listen, he's just doing it because he got a lot of fire his way for like a month.
Oh, I remember that stream. It's only right. Month always has to
he has to be kicked out because of those United cheats. I don't know what's going on here.
That is sus. That was.
I don't know what that's all about.
Forget that. I'm not even explaining myself. I explain after this stream when we're not live, and then I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? Just the little.
The young saga got to him, so he's popped on his
As I said, I died.
Don't kill me. Yeah, we'll go. I'm gonna go through his comment. Thinking Nketiah and JT should start up front together. They've got a nice link up, and we'll love to see them play together. The first preseason game, there was a good connection between the two. I agree. I think we will probably see them play together at some point. I think that's probably.
Give me a 4-2-2-2, like ASAP.
Yeah.
Xhaka on that right with Nketiah Jesus up front. Oh my days, 4 up front. Let's have it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
I'm ready. Outscore City with what midfield? No, I think we can still outscore City.
Well,
maybe match 1-0. Oh no, I think he probably talked about it.
Yeah, no. When I don't mean outscore City in the league.
So we're not outscoring.
Yeah, no, not overall.
Yeah, not overall. Yeah. In that game.
Oh, you're talking about just against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
No,
just against Bournemouth. Just against Bournemouth. Because the whole league, that's just not going to happen. But Arteta did say he wants 100 goals this season. But I want us to lay us a serious mark down because even Scott Parker said it. Arsenal are going to be a team that are going to be up there this season, and now it's time to prove it.
Honestly,
yeah, exactly. Spursy Mikel Arteta says Ødegaard, trigger shy, does a Houdini. ESR must start. I do agree with the first part. I don't think Smith Rowe should start over him as of yet because he literally just played a 21s game.
Yeah, and you've got to back your player. If he has one bad game, you've got to back him and show the support. If he has 2 bad games,
to get dropped, but I just need him to realize he needs to go. You know what? On the all or nothing, when you get taken to the room, you get taken there. And it's all right, Ødegaard.
Just look at this. Why just a
little talking to with Albert, and then you do your thing. You know
it should be good to go.
So he's probably had that talking to. Now it's game number 2 that has happened. Talking to, and then number 3.
What's the as well, you know?
Montel's upset that after Liverpool game, I hopped in a space and just listened to them cry the whole night. And I popped him a message, and he wasn't very nice back to me, but I was just checking in, you know.
The little war.
Just a little one. But Colin, I think he appreciates you anyway. So
it's a love-hate relationship.
Now made up. Ethan saying, "Why can I sense a shocker?"
Don't they have an early kickoff?
Because we're rent free.
Rent free.
Didn't they lose to Wolves last season at home?
Yeah, last season at home as well.
So face your front. You need to
You play before as well. Don't forget.
I swear they've gone behind in both games as well. Like, that's just not sustainable. That's not sustainable. Yes, they've come out of it and they got 4 points from losing positions this season, but you keep doing that, you're going to get caught out.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if Saar has a game. If Saar has a game, bro, like, you ain't scoring.
Yeah, 100%. Unpopular opinion. It would be interesting to hear your views on it, but I think Xhaka's new position, he looks more potent, but I'm disappointed the way Partey's been playing Xhaka over Partey at the moment.
I would say.
How do you compare that, though?
Yeah, I wouldn't say over him.
I think that Xhaka's playing better than Partey, yes, but not by some huge margin. You know, Xhaka's just looking better. Partey's keeping steady. I don't feel like he's excelling, but he's not underperforming. He's
just doing calm. He's doing what he needs to do as of now.
I'm baffled by the statement. I don't know how you can say Xhaka better than Partey when they play two different positions completely.
I was going to say.
Yeah, because Xhaka had the freedom to go forward. Partey had to sit. Like, they're two very different. And Zinchenko came in and filled Xhaka's position while he went up. Like, it's two very different. I mean, he did his job. He didn't get exposed. He just made some wayward passes going forward. That was his only issue. Yeah. He didn't actually get exposed. No one finessed him or like went past him, tricked him, or like got past. It was like he made a little wayward pass. So I think it's a bit harsh. 2 games in. It's 2 games in. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Still hopefully the whole team can play well this weekend. It's not going to be an easy game. We have to understand that. But yeah, guys, that's been the first Arsenal show of the season, and many more will continue. I just want to say big up to everybody in the stream. Big up to Monty. Big up to Colleen for joining. Big up Lee as well. Big up everybody that's commented, liked, subscribed, viewed, everything like that.
Smash that like button.
Just smash it up. Smash it up. Please smash
Take 2 seconds.
2 seconds to smash it up. 2 seconds to smash
like
it up.
Like it, Casey or Where Is United shirt for the next one.
You know what, Colleen, be cheeky. You know the pictures that we dropped down of Drewski and these lot. You might be getting dropped down too. You know, watch out. You know, like me when I ain't no Man United fan. Forget it.
Don't worry. We'll let her know after the stream, Case. Don't worry.
I'll return to Arsenal looking at how United are playing recently as well. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But nah, man. Big up to you guys, man. Case, anything you want to say?
That's it. No, man. Just love for everyone for coming here for our first, Arsenal show. It's going to be a lot more. These are the good times. When the dark days are here, you'll know about it. So, yeah, just stay tuned in. Be every Thursday. So, just come watch us and come listen to our views, man.
Trust me. We'll be back for the Premier League preview tomorrow, I believe it is. So we're back with the gang. And yeah, Sunday we'll have the roundup as well. Then next week we'll have our individual fan shows again, like this week. Jeez. So yeah, guys, it's been a lovely video. I think Monsters just.
Look.
Oh, hey, we got a late cameo.
Hey guys. No, just big up everyone in the chat, innit? Just here to salute my people. Them,
you sound so much more chipper today. I wonder where it is.
Yeah, man. I'm happy today, man. But anyway, look, big up everyone in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Monty, Casey. Big up everyone in the chat. You know what I mean?
Come on.
I'm saying. No, I'm joking. Big up Colleen as well. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'll let you lot take the stream out. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you segue the people out. I'm just here.
Anyways, you heard the guy. Big up to everybody again. This guy has been another episode of BSB, and we are out.
Love.